In this video, we're going to discuss doing a file upload on a UX component where the UX component is not data bound. So this is the most generic form of file upload, and for this action we're going to use the file upload user-defined action. So you can see here that we have three controls on this UX component, just some static text, and then an input control that is going to allow us to specify the name that we would like to assign to the file after it's been uploaded to the server, and then the actual button that does the work. So let's first go and take a look at the button that does the work. So we'll go here to the click event, and we can see that we're going to be using the file upload user-defined action. So when you bring up the selector here, you'll see that there's a file upload action and a file upload user-defined action. So the file upload action, which will be covered in a subsequent video, is appropriate if you have a data-bound UX component, but in this case we don't have a data-bound UX component, so we're going to choose the user-defined variant of the action. So let's go now and edit this action and see what properties are defined here. So we can define properties like allow multiple extensions and which extensions should be disallowed. We can specify that the user can upload multiple files at once. In here we can see we've chosen to automatically upload the file as soon as the user selects one. So this is only appropriate if you don't allow multiple selections. We've got progress being shown as the file itself is being uploaded. And then, because this is a user-defined action, you need to specify the Xbasic function that will be called on the server after the file or files have been uploaded, and this is where you're going to process the files. So it's very important to notice that in this genie here, unlike the file upload action or the image upload action, there's no prompt for the upload folder because that's meaningless. Your own Xbasic code here that handles the event after the data has been uploaded will decide where to save the file to disk if in fact you want to save the file to disk. So the prototype for this function can be obtained by just clicking on this hyperlink here, and this gives you the prototype of the function, and it shows you what data is going to be available to you inside this e-object. So now let's go and actually take a look at what we have inside the e-object and inside our Xbasic function. So here's the function that we've written, and basically what we want to do is take the data that was uploaded and then save it to a file in a directory called my uploads in the webroot folder. So basically if we go here, let's just go over here to dir. So I'd like to store the data in this folder called my demo uploads, and that's inside the webroot, inside the live preview folder. So you can see currently there's nothing in this folder over here, but what I'd like to do is in this code here you can see that I'm looking at the value that was submitted in this file name on server field. So this is this control over here, file name on server, and in the Xbasic code I'm saying that if that value says default, then use the name of the file on the name of the file that was uploaded. So let's actually just step through this code in the debugger, and it'll be clear as to what's going on. So let's go now to live preview and go ahead now and select a file, and I'm going to go here and choose, say, this Excel file here called My Movies 7. Click the open button there, and you can see now the file got uploaded, and now we're on the server side. We're in our Xbasic function that is handling the upload. So I'm going to pause now and pick this up in the next video where we'll walk through the Xbasic code in this function. So we're continuing now talking about the file upload user-defined action in a UX component, and we're in the Xbasic function that gets called after the file or files have been uploaded. So we're looking now inside this e-object that gets passed into the event handler, and you can see that the e-object has inside it, and this is described in the function help over there, has something called file array. So in this case we only allowed a single file to be selected, but if you had allowed multiple files to be selected, you'd have an array of every file that was selected, And then inside this array, what you can see here are the name of the file that on the user's machine. So this is the file that I selected. This is the file name of the file that I chose to upload. And then the data properties, the actual binary data of the file that was uploaded. And then size tells me what the size is of the file. Now the actual value in the file name on server field is available in e.form data. You can see if I go here to E and then open up E, I'll see inside E there's form data over here, and then inside form data we've got V and then R1 and then file name on server. So this is the name that I typed into the file name on server field. Well, actually I didn't type anything, I just used the default value that was there. But if the user had typed a different value in over here, that would be available over here. So let's step through the code now. So we're saying that if that field is valid, which it should be because it's on the form, then let's read the value out of it. So there we have now file name on server in this local variable, which just has the value of default. And then we're saying that the extension of the file that was uploaded is obtained by just passing the file name e.filename, this value over here, and using the file.filename pass function to get the extension. So if I look at extension, you can see it's .xls. And the reason that I want to do that is if the user typed into the file name on server field something like myfile.jpg, well, I don't want to use .jpg because I know for a fact that the extension is .xls. So I'm going to force the extension to the appropriate extension. So then I'm saying that if the file name on the server was default, then just use the name of the file that the user uploaded, which is going to be that value over there. And then I'm basically going to create the complete file name. So here's my complete file name. It's C:\A5 webroot live preview. So this is the folder inside my webroot, and then the subfolder is my demo uploads. So this is the full file name that I'm going to create myself, and then I'm going to go here and just simply say file from blob, and now we've created the file with the uploaded data. So if we actually go to that folder now and do a directory, we can actually see now that the physical file has been created on the server. So we've created that file, and now we're going to send back a JavaScript response. So we're going to just simply send back an alert telling us that the file was uploaded. So one thing that I want to point out is that if your JavaScript needs to invoke a method on the UX component that you're working with, you need to pay attention to this comment over here, that you would need to use window.parent.dialogObject if you wanted to talk to the UX component. And that the reason for that is that this code here is all executing in the context of an iframe, so that's a different namespace than the parent UX component. So let's just go ahead now and hit run, and we can see now that our alert button comes up, and then the file upload window goes away. So what we've shown in this video here is how if you have an unbound UX component, you can do file uploads using the file upload user-defined action, and the Xbasic handler that gets called after the upload completes allows you to do anything with the binary data that was uploaded. I hope this was useful. Thanks very much for watching.